rapper Pep being in some sort of secret relationship while he's still married to Remy Ma. He puts himself out on the internet. Did he?
There ain't no thing, oh, I want him and he's married to you. And it's not that. I'm a girl's girl. So when it comes to like that, that's not it. We all know that Remy was already out here having her little boy toy or whatever. Right. He done came out and done said it, that they were in a relationship 2 years.
Wow.
So don't look at me and say, oh, you just came to mess up this happy home. How it happened.
So that relationship was already over?
That was already over.
Okay.
So now that's their privacy, and they didn't do that. But she's out with this guy, parading around, whatever. So everybody knew that she was with this guy already. So it was a private situation and a private understanding of Papu. Yeah, is what I see. I wish I had a good name like Papu. Women my dad want to talk to that. And you got women really good. Now she got to play the hand that she picked. That man waited for her like she was a kid.
Not ready for the court. She said, "There's that she don't have." Right now, like talking about pain. Sometimes people be interested on that, and I love boxing.
I am wondering, what would it take? How much money would it take for you to jump the ring? Just what? So really, she mentioned that. Your actual stuff. Oh my. So, get down. But it's nothing to do with whatever. It's just that part of that part clearly was like you get why you know you should pay for you like shit. Hello, Barbara. This is hello, Barbara. This is shit.
Just when we thought things couldn't get any hotter or more explosive, Kirk Frost decided to get into the fray right after Remy and shocked the entertainment scene by exposing Papa's alleged affair with champion Claressa Shields on social media. I promise you that he had receipts, and he didn't intend to hide anything from you with the fervor of a big brother attempting to keep you safe. Kirk Frost hurried to the scene while the child Kirk was just getting started and defended Papoose, praising him for his dignity and composure. Remy was for those of you who want a comprehensive because of this pip-hop. He even went so far as to call Remy poisonous in front of her, exposing her for trying to pass for an innocent victim when, in fact, she was out here being cozy and playing games with other rappers behind the scenes. Fiasco, let me take you back to the start of it all last year. The entertainment community was surprised to learn that Remy Ma and Papa's ostensibly perfect marriage had failed, but it was just the mastermind responsible for Papoose' public humiliation. Rumor had it that Remy had been hanging out with underground fight rapper Easy the Block Captain, and get this tea, a few weeks after the device was delivered. His rudeness and disdain for everything left everyone in disbelief, and the scam was just the beginning. After living his life with a new woman by his side and a child just days ago, Remy lost it and decided to wreck everything when Papoose finally decided to come out. A few months later, insiders revealed yet another startling revelation. Ronnie was involved in a polyamorous relationship with a negative news writer, who is not another reporter. She claimed Papoose was involved in the incident and shared purported screenshots and receipts on social media, including the 4th of July. Papoose handled the situation with dignity and respect, even though his name was being dragged through the mud. The man, being a decent gentleman, remained silent and focused on his life. Having an affair with Claressa Shields, the boxing champion. I'm not going all out by sharing intimate conversations between Papa and Claressa and sensual remarks. Remarks revealed everything, even the purportedly offensive phone call that Papu had with Claressa when he was still living under her roof. Since this girl is a boxer and has won the World Championship, everyone was taken aback when she also revealed this shade. Remy chose to battle someone who suddenly hung up after hearing my voice. time, my darling. The fallout was more dramatic than anyone could have imagined, and they truly struggle to make a living. The girl who usually makes others wince, merely by glancing at her, is Remy. She has a W boss's level of intensity. Whistler. After returning with her championship trophy, Claressa Shields gave Remy a perfect clap in return. Claressa swiftly took her feud from Instagram to Twitter, where her verbal insults caused chaos and made everyone grab popcorn. Everyone was left wondering how a woman with two lovers could be upset with a man who was just warming up when she was knocked out by an SK fighter. She only had one girlfriend, and social media was in utter chaos prior to her asking the question. It's ridiculous that a 45-year-old woman acts like this clown imposter. Text unreal, crazy behavior. I'm not someone you can bully because you're angry and bitter and making yourself look bad, she said in response to Remy for filth after losing her temper on social media. Lou Media End. Look stupid. Hacks down in combat and corrects her shade in retaliation. Revenge. Let me just say, honey, you're not developing into a decent wine because you're 29 and I'm not 45 yet. Put in a request as well as flowers from your partner. She is in a relationship. To quote Clara, he didn't even answer his phone this time since he was utilizing his side piece. There was silence for a while, but then everyone's back and forth made their alerts explode.
And then you have the coverage of, who you're dating, personal life, beat the rappers, bro.
Oh, no, you talking about? Well, I have to be honest, social media is not a real place. People can create stuff all the time, and you just kind of have to deal with it. And I guess when you having all these followers, and starting comes hate and all this different type of stuff. But only thing I've noticed is that people are very intimidated by natural black men. So you're saying it's not true? It's what true? It's all the whole Remy and Pat situation. None of it was true. I don't have nothing to do with that. I have been open in all my relationships that I've had. All of them.
This is made a story because Pat.
I don't even know anything about that.
But I'm just saying that's why it's being made a story because.
I'm 29, so how can I know about any of that? Let's be honest. So this is what I'm saying. When I'm ready to announce who I'm with, I will do that. But until then, everything else is just speculation, and the internet, once again, is.
Big Brother commended Papoose for keeping his dignity and calm while Remy was allegedly out here playing games and making friends with other rappers behind the scenes. But Kirk wasn't just playing around with this drama. He was just getting started. But just when we thought it couldn't get much more combustible, Kirk Frost decided to dive right into this raging conflagration. Let me tell you, he carried receipts, and he had no intention of holding back. For those of you who have read a detailed account of this burning catastrophe, let me begin from the beginning. Last year, the entertainment industry was horrified to learn that Remy and Papoose' seemingly perfect marriage had fallen apart. But it was only the start of this complex dramatization, honey. Rumors circulated a few weeks following the bomb drop that Remy was responsible for her public humiliation, despite people's efforts to play the innocent victim. Get over your worries. That scandal was only the beginning. This dude who was supposedly sneaking about with Get This Tea and an underground battle rapper called Easy the Block Captain was said to be in the same circles as Papoose. When sources disclosed that Remy was reportedly involved in a whole pill-popping scenario with another rapper known as Bad Bad's News, a few months later, another explosive reaction hit the fan. When Papoose decided to go out and live his life with a new woman, Remy went crazy and decided to wreck everything. As if it were July 4, she claimed Papoose had been having an affair and shared alleged photos and documents on social media a few days earlier. While the man handled the situation with deference, Grace, like a good gentleman, remained silent and focused on his future, avoiding insults and spilling any tea. Recently went all out by posting private conversations between boxing champion Claressa Shields and Papoose, along with their own provocative remarks, after having an affair with Claressa. But trust me, my darling, she wasn't just kidding. Everyone gasped when Claressa, who was still living under her roof, showed contempt, and Remy gave them all the information on how Papu purportedly fell asleep during a phone call. She said, "This girl is supposed to be a world champion boxer, baby," and hung up because everyone knew our mama. After hearing my voice, this honey got into a fight with someone who genuinely fights for a living. No one could have predicted the explosive nature of the soil consequences. She's always been the girl who makes people cringe simply by looking at her, since she has such an early boss vibe. Claressa Shields brought back all of her championship belts with the precision of a stay fighter's knockout shot, causing a commotion on social media. Everyone wanted to know how a woman like Claressa did it, but she was just warming up. As she swiftly moved her few free Instagram posts to Twitter, her obscene comments made everyone grab their popcorn. It's crazy that this 45-year-old woman is acting like a clown. Those who have two boyfriends could find it annoying when a man only has one. You should quit making yourself look stupid by writing fake comments on social media, because I'm not the type of person you can intimidate because you're bitter and angry. Remy never backs down after falling in love with filth after seeing our social media posts, saying, "I'm not 45 yet, but you still hit on me. I contacted your boyfriend to beg him to bring you gifts and flowers, but he didn't answer." After a month of silence, everyone's alarm suddenly burst this week as he worked on his side endeavor. Let me simply say this, you're not aging my fine line, honey.
For health and in high regards and not my respect.
It's all that better. God's our relationship.
Rema's persistent adultery compelled me to label her a narcissist, and I've filed for divorce multiple times since I've moved on. But she wants to manage Chase on social media instead of acting like a grown-up. Papoose decided that enough was enough and broke his silence in the most dramatic way possible.
Now that Remy Ma and Papoose are done, I told y'all that Papoose put hands on that little boy she messing with, because that's a little boy. That's not a grown man. Remy damn near 45, okay? Remy damn near 45 years old. This little boy works for her. He is trying to get a come up and rap. Remy Ma and Papoose were supposed to own this company together, and Remy Ma ends up sleeping, and I'm gonna say allegedly, with the help.
Just what he said.
Well, Remy Ma might have said it that before. That enough these men don't do days, just let alone business. Girl, where my business though? But you know, instead of that, for her 40 years, you did. They ain't never gonna do nothing with this. They don't do nothing with this. You know me? Not that. Baby, that's what you do. And then you gonna get a man that looks just like you. No, we haven't been that. I don't get it.
And allow me to explain. Even if it's all incredibly ironic, the drama train is still going strong. Kirk Fraud was spot on when he said that the double standards in this situation are more blatant than a fire alarm. Why is everyone ignoring Rooney just because she's a woman? If Theo were enticing her out here and doing half of the things Remy has accused her of on social media, he would be asking for his head on a platter. Little Scrappy doesn't spare KN when he weighs in on this matter, as you might expect.
A few people that'll get him out. But you do all that. I know he up there trying to be a victim and all that shit, but he will come to go. He gonna go. He can't go. He knew.
So you mean, so how we do this? Y'all did it. That y'all think that's so good. We put a recording device and Remy. So how he knew is he was bugging her in car. So like that's how he was doing it. He was a weird. He bugged the car, and you couldn't really hear me on the other side, but you could hear her talking to me. So that's how he knew. And it's not cat. I got on the food. So as soon as he say it's cat, I'm gonna show you on the food. I was chicken $1. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, like that. So I'm gonna say I was under everything that basically is everything I want to split up on.
Although it is unfortunate, let's face it, Papoose and Remy's friendship has already soured. Remy is mostly to blame for this scenario because it is now clear that this divorce needs to happen as quickly as possible. Even though Papoose handled everything on social media with the discretion and calm of a great gentleman, Remy's erratic behavior and disclosure of his situation were caused by his inability to accept his happiness with someone else. Claressa Shields understood that both parties must be committed to the marriage for it to work. Fans of Beyond aren't holding back when it comes to expressing their thoughts on redemption because this situation is so clear. Several critics claim that Remy is bitter and won't let Papu continue after she publicly ridiculed him. Now that all is out, is there anyone who can truly blame him? His attempt to move on with someone else was a mistake. Frost scolded Remy for trying to play the innocent when she was accused of having an affair with that battle rapper. Even with the world champion, the organization is suffering greatly as a result of the way this entire situation has played out. It's a common illustration of what occurs when someone finds it unbearable to watch their ex-partner pursue more ambitious goals. Remy's behavior is a wonderful representation of how some ex-partners act when they see their ex-partner progress and learn new things. Joy is arguing that it is unfair for the media to accuse Rooney of infidelity when she was allegedly acting in the same way. This is a quintessential case of the pot calling the kettle black. All oak. Look, the reality is louder than any headline, and injured feelings take center stage. In the big picture, this case shows how toxic relationships can become when pride evo, but these receipts are saying a lot. Remy's decision to share personal issues on social media instead of in private has caused what should have been a private matter to turn into a full-fledged entertainment extravaganza, with fans and other celebrities taking center stage. This shows how much their once perfect partnership has deteriorated. It's becoming increasingly clear that letting go might sometimes be the finest thing you can do for your well-being and mental health. Papu seems to be trying to move on with his life as the drama unfolds, but Remy's actions suggest that she is still holding on. Her behavior is a prime illustration of how relationships can fail, and the public's reaction to her actions shows how times have changed in terms of handling situations that are clearly out of control. Given the current course of events, we're here to reveal every last detail since we're keeping a close eye on what could turn out to be the biggest celebrity drama of the year. It seems like the drama in relationships is far from over. That's today's hot tea. Get alerts for every transaction going forward.